Gasas Kalimera, good morning. Today is Friday, September 19th, 2025. Currently 72 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 22 degrees Celsius. This is Fourni, my 68th Greek island. And I am hoping for that little boat there to take me to my 69th Greek island, but it looks like it isn't going to be able to happen today. So right next to Fourni is another island, Dimana, which I think is populated, has some people living on it, but it is even less populated than little Fourni here. And so I just spoke with the boat captain. He didn't speak too much English, but here is the schedule. Today is Friday, and so it looks like it goes there at 2:15 and doesn't come back, and he confirmed that. He said, no Fourni, no come back, something like that. And then tomorrow is Saturday, and it looks like it goes there at 2:45 and then comes back at 4. So I'm not sure how long the boat takes to get there, but that would leave me like maybe only 30 or 45 minutes, and then it doesn't run on Sunday. Well, I will be leaving Sunday anyway, so I might be out of luck by the looks of it to get to Dimana. That is a shame. So normally then it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It goes there and comes back multiple times, but today then I would have had to have gotten it at 7:45, and I didn't know what the times were until just finding out now. So anyways, that is a shame because I was really hoping to add that one to my Greek Islands list. But regardless, we will make the most of things and explore Fourni today, which is looking very nice. It is so peaceful, such a change from Chios and the big town there and the big distances getting across the island. So I am planning to rent a motorbike if he will rent it to me, because the official rules in Greece are that you need a motorcycle license to drive a motorbike scooter, and most places won't rent them to me with a US driver's license without having a motorcycle license. However, the rules are more flexible on the smaller islands. So I just spoke with a guy at this motorbike rental place here. He was just leaving because it sounded like he had to go jump a car. He sped off in his car and said back in 5 minutes, but that oftentimes takes more than 5 minutes to, deal with a car, so I'm not sure how long it's going to be. But anyways, motorbikes for rent here. Hopefully I can get one, otherwise I will be trying to rent a car, or I see a taxi over there, so that is an option, but definitely not a preferable option to deal with taxis. You get dropped off, and then how do you even call the taxi to come back? Anyways, something will happen. We will make the most of a beautiful, sunny, very windy day. And good news. Scooter accomplished. 15 euros, about $18 per day. Good price. So the guy did comment that my license wasn't valid for motorbikes when he rented it to me anyways. It just said be careful. But this wind is freaking intense. So I'm going to walk up there, and for one thing I want to get a view looking over there, because I think that might be Dimana Island over there. Yeah, it must be. So I want to see if there's a channel down in there. And so there's some good news as far as the boat tomorrow, if it's actually going to go, because it very well could be canceled because of the wind. If it's like this again tomorrow, I'm not sure if it's canceled today or not. But the boat goes at 2:45. It comes back at 4 p.m. So I asked the scooter guy how long the boat ride takes, and it only takes 5 minutes. And so that means that if I take it at 2:45, get there 10 minutes to 3, and then it leaves at 4 o'clock, that leaves me more than an hour to explore the island, which isn't enough. That's not great, but it's better than nothing, and it's better than only having maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I wasn't sure how long the boat ride was going to be getting over there, and so that means it is still a possibility, if the wind doesn't cancel things, to go over there tomorrow. I will definitely go for it, even if I only get an hour. At least I get to see it. There's a little village there. So let's walk up here. And speaking of wind canceling boats, then they have been canceled for today, and it is impacting somebody who I met. So yesterday when I got off the ferry, actually I was on the ferry waiting for it to dock and to get off of it. Then a guy recognized me, Anthony from Cyprus, the Greek side of Cyprus. So we talked a little bit, and then I headed off to my room, he headed to his room, and we said, well, maybe see you around. And so I saw him around just 15 minutes ago. As I was leaving on my bike, he was there on the side of the road, and so we talked for a few more minutes, and it turns out his boat is canceled for this afternoon at 4 p.m. back to Samos. I saw Samos yesterday. The ferry that I took from Chios to here made 2 stops on Samos Island and then came to Fourni and then was going to Icaria and probably back to Athens. But he has a flight from Samos tomorrow. His boat is canceled. There are 1 or 2 more options for later in the evening if those boats aren't canceled. Otherwise, he's kind of screwed. But that is one of the risks of the Greek islands experience. So here we have a little animal enclosure. Looks like, yep. And so there's the little town, and I will show more of the town later after exploring this side of the island. My ferry is at 9 in the morning, day after tomorrow, and so it is very much an option that it could be canceled, and then I'm stuck here. But I don't have any specific plans in place after that ferry. I do have a new island in mind. So the ferry is going to Kos. That's where I will get off the ferry. And then I want to go to Ceramos, which is a little island right next to Kos. So if I'm able to go to Themena tomorrow, that is Greek island number 69. And then if I get to Ceramos, that is number 70. So I'm hoping to get to 70 islands on this trip. We shall see. Okay, so what's going on here? Is this somebody's home? Am I trespassing? I mean, no signs or anything, I don't know, but cute house, if that's a house. Maybe it's for rent. Man, this is freaking insane. Yeah, I think this is going to be the channel between the islands here. I really like the feeling on this island. Yep. I like the looks of Fourni. The only problem is the wind is really getting in the way, especially as far as hanging out on the beach. But Anthony, who I just talked to, said that there's a nice beach down here which is more protected from the wind. So I will head down there and take a look and see if it's a better spot to hang out. And also, I am hungry. Haven't eaten yet. I have munchies in the backpack. So the mission now is to find somewhere out of the wind to eat. So it looks like that is the town on Domena. Apparently there are actually two. There's another village on the other side of the island. And so here's the main town on Fourni. So you can see it's a short distance to get over there. So I'll hope for the best for tomorrow. Okay, so is this thing part of Fourni or a little islet of its own? It's looking like it might actually be connected to Fourni. Anyways, wow, what a sight from here. This definitely feels like a more remote part of the Greek islands. Out there, I think we're seeing it there, must be Icaria, which I've been to. And then I forget what would be further south down there. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's a tiny little channel between this and that, so that's like a little uninhabited islet there. All right, let's go see more of the island and try to find somewhere out of the wind to lunch on Brunch. And so another perspective on things from here, and I double checked on the map, you can see that there is in fact separate from Fourni Island, just barely by like 20 feet or something, but it is not actually a separate little islet of its own. It is connected to that over there and then that over there. So that is all an islet there in between Fourni and Domena out there. We got some doggies. All right, making a little progress across the island. So a nice little beach down there. I can't see anybody else on it. And Anthony, who I talked to, mentioned a quarry next to the beach, and boom, that must be it right there. Ancient quarry where they got rocks for building, I guess, temples or whatever, way back in the old ancient Greek days. And things are definitely looking calmer down there, and there are little trees with shade, so perfect spot to eat my breakfast, brunch, lunch. And so a cute little beach, and sure enough, nobody else here. That definitely looks like a quarry, and it looks like over there are some of the ancient stones. But first things first, I am hungry, and fortunately it is remarkably windless here. Totally calm, so that is amazing. And a great spot here to take a seat. All right. Things are working out on Fourni. See, you wouldn't want to get here by taxi. They drop you off, and then I guess if phone service works, you could call them and have them come pick you up again, but definitely not ideal. And it would be more expensive, I'm sure, than 15 euros for the whole day for the motorbike. And they're going to charge you 5 to 10 euros or whatever each way for the taxi. So really glad that I was able to get the motorbike there. So a fairly simple meal here. I have a leftover bar of some sort that I bought yesterday on Hios that's really good. Tomato olive crackers, a new hunk of cheese, Kit Kat bar, and milk. And I got company. So I'm not certain yet if I'm going to get in the water. It isn't especially warm, but I might still go for it. So here we have ancient blocks and cylinders Wow. I mean, these could be 2,000 years old. No idea. Maybe something more recent, but I mean, that is quite a remarkable stone. The work put in to carve that thing out, incredible. So what happened that these were almost finished and then abandoned? I would so love to know the story of that. Were they invaded? Did they run out of water and leave the island? Or the project just got canceled for some reason? Who knows, but gotta be quite a story to go along with this scene here. All right, let's get up and take a look at the quarry. Much rougher hunks of rock here, not as carved out, but they seem to be clearly taken out of the quarry with the intention to carve them, but also abandoned. Wow. Some real history here. So, are there then some ancient sites on the island that they built from this quarry? I haven't done any real research yet of the island. Just decided rent the bike. There are only 2 roads. Go explore, see what I find. So I'll have to find out if there's some sort of an altar, temple to Athena, something like that, somewhere on the island where we can see the finished product. But whoa, look at that sheer wall. Yes, you can see, you know, flat there. Now, there seems to be a difference between these 2 walls. I am not seeing the markings on that wall. So maybe that wall wasn't, you know, carved flat like that, but it's actually natural. Whereas here you can see all the chip marks. So this definitely was carved out. And then you can see all of the spaces where blocks were taken out there and the chip marks. Amazing. Okay, a little path going up through there. Let's follow that up. Okay, what's around the corner? I am not going to do some sort of a big hike up the mountain, but we have a gate and a building up there. Very likely a church. Let's stop here because it says private property, entry not allowed, monitored electronically, locked, and whatever this is. All right, I think I'm going for a swim. I'm heating up now. All right, let's see how the GoPro is working today, if it's going to record more than just a few seconds. So far so good. Very nice water. Definitely feeling a little bit chillier. I think just because the outside temperature isn't as hot. I've only swam on one day so far on Helios Island, but it was definitely warmer out and less windy. So I think just because of the somewhat cooler temperatures and the wind, then it's just feeling a little bit more like summer is going away, heading into the fall. First day of autumn, either tomorrow or the next day, but still pretty ultimate conditions. And another nice little beach just a few minutes away from the other one. Holy moly, these winds are crazy. So from here you get quite a perspective on Fourni and the neighboring islands. So the road that I went down is, I think, behind here. Yes, and then down there, I went to the left to the beach down there, and then when I came back up, went to the right and showed that other little beach down there. And so you can see that road out there comes down to this other little beach that was right next to the beach that I swam at. But then there's still quite a bit more of the island. Again, the Mena, getting a better perspective of it from here. And then also Icaria beyond the Mena there. And out there, that is one of my favorite Greek islands, Patmos, off in the distance. What an incredible day. Literally not a single cloud, but cooled down at least by the breeze. At least there is that one little advantage of it, although I would still prefer no wind. It just kind of makes everything more difficult. So I'm going to go a little bit further that way. Well, it didn't take long to get to the end of one of the roads. There were a few different junctions along the way, and one of them was probably going down to that very nice looking beach there, but this one is basically off limits, perhaps depending on the tide, but I haven't noticed much in the way of tides in Greece, so probably doesn't make a big difference here. But a really nice beach there, and then there's another trail going down the other side. Let's take a quick look there, see what sort of a beach there might be. And it looks like a nice beach there, and the contrast between the waves over there crashing against the cliffs and the calmness here is incredible, considering it's just a 3-minute walk away. Look at this. Wow, this is a great one. What a beautiful calm bay. And once again, that must be Patmos Island. It is going to be very tempting when I take the ferry from Fourni here to Kos Island, I think that it will probably be stopping at Patmos. I seriously considered going to Patmos and stopping there and revisiting it. Been there a couple of times before, but I'm also trying to get to islands that I haven't been to before, and I have limited time. It is the 19th. I have basically about 12 days left before I have to leave the Schengen zone, so trying to make the most of it. All right, I'm going to drive back to the other side of the island. And so it looks like that answers the question about whether or not that boat was going to go over to Tundra Island today. I think that is the same one that I was looking at this morning. So hopefully that is promising as far as my hopefully being able to go over there tomorrow, even if it is windy, but hopefully it is less windy. All right, let's get down into town. Things are definitely quiet in town this afternoon. So, the boat is gone, so that must have been it. I am feeling cautiously optimistic that I can get to island number 69 tomorrow. Okay, so the port is right up there where I got off the ferry. And then this is it as far as town. You can see car and moto rentals, car and bike rental, fast food kioski, Milto's restaurant. That is where I ate last night. Had a great moussaka Greek salad and an ouzo, the perfect Greek dinner. And then a couple more restaurants and the end of town there. So right here, this is the main pedestrian shopping street, and there are quite a few shops along it. Various markets, gift shops, and travel offices. It gets nice and shady in here. A few more people around. Nice shady restaurants there. Pharmacy. Here I stopped in and asked about the boat over to Tundra, and they told me just go check the boat itself and check the schedule. Another little fast food type of a restaurant here. So probably in August, July, then it would be a fair amount busier here. We are definitely going into the lower season now. Another nice looking restaurant here. This is just such a lovely lane with these 2 lines of trees all the way along it. Really, really perfect. Bakery here. Supermarket. Closed now in the afternoon. So she looks a lot like Marilyn Monroe, but I'm guessing it's a Greek woman. And so this is the end of the lane there. Just a little square. And some more restaurants. 1912 to 1950. 1953. Huh. So what is that referencing? Obviously a war, maybe against the Turks. What a lovely scene here. And I guess this is the main church. Let's see if anything is open here. Okay, so far.
You don't have a YouTube channel, do you?
I do, yes.
I've seen you.
Okay, right on.
I've seen you. You've been on all these islands and everything.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, you're doing all. My name's Nick.
Gabriel.
Okay.
Whereabouts you from?
Well, we live in Florida and we live here too.
Okay.
And we watch your stuff on YouTube.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. I thought I saw this guy, Gabriel, right?
That's right. You got it.
All right, my name's Nick, and I want to tell my wife I saw you.
Alrighty.
And you know what? Let me take a picture of you.
Sure, sure.
And I'm over here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm filming. Are you okay with being in a video?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, great.
Uh-huh.
I'm just finishing up a little tour. How long you been on Fourni?
I was the only one born in the States. My parents and siblings were all born here. In fact, this house is the oldest house here, two-story building.
Okay.
This is my grandfather's house.
I see. And so the family all moved?
The family all moved to Baltimore. And then, let me put my hat on. You can sit down with me here. And I got to take a picture, because I saw you, we've been watching, because we watch YouTube a lot.
Uh-huh.
And you want to sit there? You want me?
Sure.
You want to? Yeah. Wait a minute. I want to call my wife up. And we have a house up top on the hill. You know, in fact, you know what? I saw you today.
Okay.
You were coming down from the windmill. You were up top.
Walking? Yes.
You were walking down. You had your camera.
Yeah.
And aspasia. O Gabriel da pera, to neko diso YouTube.
Yes, yes.
Gani fotografias. He's a travel vlogger. Beginning Padu. But you don't only do Greece, you're all over, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
And let me take some pictures. Wait a minute. You gotta sit down. I'll buy you a coffee.
All right, so I just had a nice long conversation with Nick there from Florida, but Greek family who are from Fourni here. And so he comes back here every year for a while. So I think it's going to be locked, but just wanted to end things here at the church. 1922. Classic blue and white. All right, so that is going to do it for today. I will just mention quickly here that I am going to be making an effort to make my videos shorter. I am filming too much, ending up with, 40-minute, 50-minute long videos. It is so much work editing. It takes longer to upload them. And so I'm hoping that I succeeded this time in making a shorter video, and I'm going to do my best to make them shorter in the future as well. We shall see how that goes. But anyways, that is all for now from Fourni. Tomorrow is another day. We'll see what happens. See ya.